I'm guilty of being shallow. Yeah, I think everybody's guilty of it in some extent or another.
I've definitely dated a few duds.
Exactly, like some are more shallow than others. Like it's just the way it goes.
But still, man, it's always good. I don't see an issue with aiming up. All right, everyone's like, "Oh man, this guy's so fucking cocky. This guy's fuck yeah, I'm confident. Fuck you."
There's a fine line between confidence and cocky. Like you can be cocky, but like cocky's like confidence is being confident in yourself. This is how I see it. Like. But if I'm out, like, you cross the line over to cocky if you're bragging. If you're like, man, I'm wicked at this. I'm amazing at this. But if you're just like, if you just do it and people are like, whoa, he's good at it. And, like, you're not afraid to show that you're good at it without pointing the light. Like, that's when you're cocky, when you're doing it to prove to someone that you're good at it. You're not just...
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I just find that a lot of people, I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm good at this and good at this and good at this. And they're like, oh, really, dude? You think you're good at that? I'm like, yeah, I do.
But, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with admitting that you're good at something and you think you're good at something, but don't be posting on Facebook.
No, yeah, fuck that.
Okay, like, for example, dudes that lift weights. Don't be... It's cool that you're getting big and strong and all this, but, like, don't be constantly writing like, oh, I ate 4 Big Macs today. I guess that's what happens when you're pumping 463.
That's true. Yeah, they're like,
when you're squatting 500.
Yeah.
Lightweight baby. Like, don't be doing that. Like, that's lame. Like, that's weird.
Hashtag get big.
Right? Like
hashtag all day. Hashtag selfie.
And that kind of brings me to another point. Like, this whole new year, new me.
What's up, guys? This is also the Fueled Up podcast. I'm Colin. This is John Mark. Just getting it out of the way right now. Fucking listen up.
Podcast number 1.
Woo!
Let's get it going.
What were you saying?
But anyway, what I was saying was, like, this whole new year, new me thing. I don't know about you, but going through Facebook and stuff, I've seen, like, the majority of people, like, I don't care about your new year, new me stuff. It more than people actually writing new year, new me.
Yeah. So, some people are all about that. Like, some people... Sorry, it's just a big old picture of booty on their computer there.
We've all been there.
Some people are like, want so much to not be part of something that they become part of it by not becoming part of it. Does that sound stupid?
Oh, no,
I
100%
saw just as
agree.
many fuck Star Wars posts as I saw I love Star Wars.
Yeah, I did
If I see one more Star Wars post, I'm going to freak out. Your goddamn post is a goddamn Star Wars post, you bitch.
Yeah, I know, and like I'm completely guilty of doing that shit too.
Drives me fucking
like where like everyone will be like, "Oh my god, there's a snowstorm tomorrow," and then I'll be like, think it's really funny at the time. And like looking back, I think it's so lame, especially with this whole time off stuff where it's like I make a status, I'm like, is it gonna snow tomorrow? And at the time, I know I was sitting at the computer like, yes, this is hilarious. Well, then when I look back at it, even days later, I'm like, oh my god, like that was just so stupid. Like,
do you want to know what's fucking cringeworthy?
What?
To look at your old Facebook post.
Man, I love it. Like today, I gotta find this now. Today, I posted something like, like this will take you right back, Colin. I don't know how to do it on a computer, so I'll do it on my phone. It was like something along the lines of had something to do with MSN. It was hilarious. It was like that's what it was. It was like my old email, and it was like add my new MSN.
Oh god.
And I was like, man, like, do you remember MSN? Like.
That was like, I messaged this girl on Facebook just to talk about a video game, and because she was playing it and I was thinking about buying it. Anyway, and I messaged her, and it was like from back in the day. I'm gonna say like grade 8. I had messaged her like trying to wheel, and I was like, yeah, just add me on MSN.
That's awesome.
That was the fucking shit, man.
MSN was so awesome. Like Facebook ruins everything, man. In the long scheme of things, like I'm hard on Facebook. I love Facebook. Like. I'm addicted to Facebook, but like I think a lot of the population is, but it just ruins everything. Like it takes everything from every other social media, and it all like Facebook just literally runs the internet. It's more important than Google, I think, now, because it's like, oh, we're gonna post this on everything is posted on Facebook.
Yeah, everyone posts everything on Facebook.
Like music, videos, movies. Everything's on Facebook and YouTube. Literally everything goes back to being on Facebook.
Yeah.
And Facebook is creepy, man. How it's like recommended pages. Like you look at your recommended pages and I look at mine. They're completely different. Like I got watches and PayPal because did a PayPal. I think you have Ad Blocker Plus or something.
Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think I use Ad Blocker.
Oh no.
I just think I Maybe I do.
But like,
no
have
idea.
you ever had that moment on
I
Facebook or
definitely
any
have.
other social media where like it happened to me once? I don't know. I went through a jersey phase, so I was like Forrest Gump Alabama jersey, and I was just looking at the prices and stuff on eBay, and then for like the next month, it was all like famous movie.
Okay, that shit's the
jerseys and
fucking
stuff.
worst around Christmas time. You're fucking searching for presents for someone,
Oh.
and then your Facebook's just like filled with like your
Things
fucking
you
girlfriend's over here. No, your Facebook's over there, and she's like, "Yeah, this is what I'm getting you. Don't look at the side of my Facebook."
I've never even realized
fuck you,
that.
Facebook.
I guess like I'm never on like around Sarah. I'm
fucking
never
fuck.
on what do you call it? I'm never on. Like I'm always on my phone.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
we're never on our computers together. That's another thing I gotta stop, man. I'm addicted to like, just like. Instagram. Like I scroll through Instagram for hours on end. Like I don't even post. Like I do post on it, but like. I don't know. I can literally be on Instagram for like days.
Really? I go on Instagram for like periods. I like scroll through and I'm like, that's it.
No, like I literally like scroll until I've seen like I'm like I seen this like.
I'm also gonna be real honest. My Instagram, I know I'm gonna see like some provocative photos of my cousin. I'm not down.
Oh, you follow your cousin?
Yeah.
I don't follow her, but like.
Yeah, you're the only fucking person in St. John's.
Man, everyone follows her. It's pretty burnt.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And especially like I've only ever met her once, but I met her when like we were all little, like really young, and it
She's actually spot on.
Oh, I don't doubt that she's spot on, but I just would have never expected her to become what she has become. Like
She's like
a celebrity.
Yeah, she's like a borderline celebrity.
She's definitely a Newfoundland celebrity.
Shout out, cuz, if you're watching this. Shout out to you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Retweet us.
Like I said, like, I don't even really remember what she was like, but like, yeah.
Yeah, she was spot on.
She was with some other girl here when I met her.
Melissa someone? No.
No, it was like
oh,
a
you were talking about
redhead.
back in the day. Dude, okay.
I think it was me, you, Kieran, and
I remember
her.
back in the day, my cousin brought her friends over to my my family's house, and I just got my first girlfriend. Like, very first girlfriend. Fucking stoked up. Woo, girls, yeah. Never, you know. So she comes over, and her friends are with her.
Yeah.
And I fucking fall for one of her friends, like, super hard.
Oh, man.
And I was like, this girl is fucking awesome. And she was totally into me, too. But I was so scared about fucking up having a girlfriend that I just pretended like nothing was there. And I just had no feelings for this girl and just continued to go out with my other girlfriend. Except for that my other first girlfriend ended up being like, yeah, I was just going out with you because, like, pretty much I felt bad.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I had the chance at some other girl.
Shots fired. That's like a dick move,
Actually,
man.
what she ended up doing, she was like, the only way I'll date you is if you date my friend first. What?
What?
What? Yeah. What the fuck is that shit?
Man, like, kids are mean and fucked. Like, that's dark. Like, that is so dark, man.
It is dark. It's super dark. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, and like, this just, and that's another thing, like, don't date someone because you feel bad. Like, you're gonna break up with them eventually.
Yeah.
And there's a small chance that you, like, end up falling for them, but in the grand scheme of things, you're probably gonna dump them, and they're gonna feel really shitty because you're gonna, like, I don't know. That is also a juvenile thing to do. Like, I don't think we're ever gonna run into that
It was
again.
junior high.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Junior
what I say.
high,
What were you,
do
like,
some-
8th grade?
Do some weird shit in junior high, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's be real. No one looks back at junior high and goes, you know what? I had my shit together in junior high.
Man, I don't think anyone does that in high school.
Ah.
Man, when I think of high school, especially like, more like the younger years of high school, I'm like, man, what the fuck was I doing? Like, what?
I feel like I would like to go back to high school now. Like, if you take me now, and okay,
I don't think so because okay, you go. You say.
Would if you could, in so many years, you would end up right where you are right now on this couch making a shitty podcast,
Okay.
right? But you can go back in time to like and relive the last X number of years of your life. Let's make.
But
it
would I
even-
know what I know now?
Yeah.
So I would know the
Let's-
outcome of things that happened.
But let's
already.
make it even more interesting and say that you can go back, but you only have to relive certain days. Like, you don't have to redo all your schooling or redo whatever, right?
But if I was like, oh man, I've really fucked up on this test. I should have studied harder for it.
yeah,
You could go back and do it.
yeah, but you can also go back and completely relive a different life, but you're still where you are now. Would you do it?
But what would be the benefit? Because I'd still be where I am now.
Yeah, what would be the benefit? The benefit would be like you could do all the shit that you were too pussy to do back in the day.
Yeah, that's like a fine line. Like, there's movies about it and stuff. Like, I think it's something about it happens in Back to the Future. I don't remember the exact thing, but like,
talking about the butterfly effect.
yeah, like that would definitely happen if
But I'm
if
saying,
you went back.
they're-
No, but Colin, if you went back and you're like, oh, I was too pussy to kiss this girl. If you had kissed that girl, we wouldn't be here right now.
But I'm saying guarantee
But you can't guarantee it because you would have like every
that's part of the
action.
deal.
Every action has an opposite reaction.
I get it.
I wouldn't do anything different because I wouldn't be able to. Cause man, if I had made out with some girl in the 8th grade, who knows that girl wasn't like, yeah, let's keep doing this, and then I ended up doing her when we were like in the 9th grade.
Jesus Christ.
No, seriously, it could have happened. And then we had a baby in the 11th grade, and I'm a dude. I'm a dad. You never know. I'm a dude.
I'm a dude. You're still a dude. Man, yeah, that's true. Imagine had I gone out with that other chick instead of that chick. What? Because that chick is is a completely different person now. Don't say your name.
Oh man, I know who she is. What? Maybe I met her before too.
She's like real weird looking now.
Dude, she's like super hipster.
But
like ridiculous.
Maybe not
hipster.
weird looking. She's kind of hot actually.
No, I'm not into it. But we definitely have different tastes in girls.
We definitely
as well.
do. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Man, no,
Ooh.
she's too freaky for me, man. Like, she's like one of those. Like, she looks like one of those girls that literally would just like go to some like show, like music show of like some really weird band that maybe has like 14-second long songs that are just like, "Dance of the world," and then the song ends, and then they put like, and everyone's just like fighting each other and stuff in the crowd. Like, she looks like one of those.
It's funny.
people.
I think those type of girls are hot, but I don't like.
You never want to.
I wouldn't be able to be even friends with them. Like, not to say that you look a certain way, that means you act a certain way, you can do whatever you want, but I'm saying, I know this girl,
yeah,
and what she's into, and I wouldn't be down.
Yeah, it's different.
You know?
No, I get that.
I feel like both of us are kind of that way.
But I think most dudes are that way, and it's because... Oh, man. Okay, wait. I am changing topic hardcore, okay? So, Colin just scrolled through... We're all both scrolling through Facebook while we're having this chat, and I just seen a video game thing, and like a... What is this? What would you call it? You know,
arcade machine.
Yeah, an arcade machine, and it's like some kind of no. Scroll up again. It's like Twillingate, Newfoundland. They're trying to sell it, I guess. Anyway, Game Trade St. John's, and what just came to my mind? Okay, so I was picking up some marijuana for somebody. Are we allowed to say that? We're allowed to say that.
It's
okay.
our own podcast. We
Okay.
the fuck we want.
Anyway, I was driving someone to do so, and anyway, he was like, "Oh man, like another guy was in the car with us. Was like, oh, I know this awesome place to go," and I was like, "Okay, like I don't care where we go, whatever, just as long as it's not too far away." So anyway, we go to this place, and this guy his girlfriend just dumped him, so he bought this new place downtown, and the houses downtown here, the way they go, it's like they're very thin, but they might be like 4 stories high. Like, they're very tall but thin because they're all connected. Anyway, so we go into this house, and on the way, my buddy, the guy that knows this guy, he gives me the phone, and he's like, "Man, go through, like, just see what his post is." So basically, this guy has all these rooms set up. Like, he has like a classic arcade game, new computer game set place. He has like a big screen TV with the new systems on it, and he has all these rooms like separated in these different places. And then he has another room called the Kitty Palace. So if you have a cat, you can bring it over and put it in this room with all these other cats, and the cats just roam, and like he has like all these like kitty towers. What do you call them? The scratching posts and stuff. Yeah. And it's literally like something out of the Trailer Park Boys with Bubbles. Like, he literally has a kitty hangout, and so you can like drop off your kitties. He'll take care of them for a week. Or you can bring them with you while you're playing video games and like let them chill out. Anyway, he sells marijuana there, and he sells the snacks. So you can literally, and he has it like set up like a gym, so you can go and like pay a $50 membership and come as much as you want any time of the day, 24 hours. And he plans on not working and just running this thing. I wish I could remember what it was so I could Facebook it right now and we could look at the details.
Pretty fucking cool. It
sounds
right on
really
the
cool.
border of cool and fucking weird.
It sounds really cool, and like the funny thing about it was we ended up being at this guy's house for like 4 hours that night. We didn't do anything else. Like it was just so crazy because he was literally just there like telling me all this, and he was like super out of it, like so baked, because he was sitting and just like hitting this vaporizer and just talking to me, and like as excited as I am right now telling you, I'm like 1/10 of his excitement. Like, he was like, "Oh yeah," and he was like giving us a tour, and you know those like little things that I think it's Smash Bros that like
the little fucking amiibos.
He sells those. He's selling those, and he was showing us how in this room he has a computer set up there, and it's like a stock market for these amiibos. So based on that, he'll like sell, like if you're like, "Oh, I want an amiibo," he has them on the wall for you to sell. Like, some are super rare, and some are like $5 because you can get them anywhere.
Yeah. That's odd.
Well, what a weird thing, man.
So pretty much you just made like a makeshift arcade / kiddie hotel.
It's like an arcade for like it's like the new school gamer, man. Like the guy that just smokes weed and likes to eat and play video games. But it's like a place to go with other video game people.
Yeah. So know what I thought would be a sick idea, and I know this is like super How I Met Your Mother right now, but how sick would it be to make an old school arcade bar? All right, hear me out. It's like you walk in, and there's like a barrel on the wall right in the center here, classic, bar, whatnot. Yeah. But then along all the walls, there's like classic arcade games. How fucking sick would that be?
And I think it would work. I don't know if it would work necessarily in Newfoundland, but I watched. Remember how like you were playing League or whatever, and I was just like was kind of curious of what it was, and I ended up watching like an hour-long Vice documentary on it. In Korea, they have those. Like they have like because he went out with like a bunch of Korean games because you know how that that scene is huge over there, and that's literally what it is. Like they all would go out and have a couple of drinks, and then they go to this game bar, cafe bar type thing where you can have beers and stuff still, and they all just sit at the computer for the next like 4 hours, barely talking to each other.
I would do that, and I know other people that would.
I know people would do that, but like me, it doesn't appeal to me. But we're different in that way because if I'm going out with a bunch of people, I want to interact with them. Like, I don't want to just sit next to you at a desk and drink beer and, like, be in my own world. Because those kind of games, don't they take a lot... I think it would be a lot more enjoyable for someone like me if it was like that, like an adult
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, no, than, like, a game like League where you have to give it a lot of time.
I wouldn't play League, but the thing about League is it takes a lot of time, but it's very much like you have to communicate with your team and shit. Like, you're like,
but is
back and forth. Like, we're chatting, we're doing shit.
So it's possible that, like... 5 of us could go and we could all be playing the same game. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I would rather, like, old... By the way, we're looking at an old school, like, arcade big machine. Dog. Like, the big arcade machines, that type of stuff. That's what we're saying.
When you stand up.
I think that would be so cool, man. And then you could get sit-down tables. Cause have you ever seen them? It's like a table, like a full-size table, but it's Pac-Man.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, and you would have those as the tables.
And man,
I've thought this out in my head a lot.
Well, and I can't see why you wouldn't be able to, like, take apart one of those or something and just make it into table form.
Oh, you definitely
couldn't. You? Like,
I mean, people could. We couldn't.
No, but we could hire people to do that.
Dude, I think this should be so sick because there's so many people out there that are like that type of atmosphere, like going out, like having a few drinks, but don't want to be somewhere where the music's fucking blaring, they can't hear shit, the lights are going everywhere. Like, this should be super chill. You'd be fucking popping quarters into arcade machines. You'd be having drinks on the TV. There'd probably be either like sports or if there was like
11%, and those people were just doing it to troll. They had to be.
Or they were silly scientists.
Okay, let's do 2 more.
Would you rather... Well, we'll do a few.
Okay.
We'll do a few. Would you rather lead a boring life from here forward or be reborn with all your memories into a baby of the opposite sex?
Jeez, this one's hard, man.
So, okay, if you're leading a boring life, what define boring? I assume a boring life just means that you don't do anything exciting. You don't go on any trips.
Like, I feel like a boring life...
You don't have any kids.
Yeah, I feel like a boring life is you wake up, do your 9 to 5, come home, go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do anything. You watch boring... Like, everything's bland, you wear all gray and black, like, you're just... Everything...
You're never getting, like, cool, fun sex. You're never getting good sex. Yeah, I'm assuming boring life. I'm assuming they don't just mean like an average life. Because if it was an average life...
I feel like it's literally just like...
Like, let's be real. We live average lives.
Same shit every day. Like, you wouldn't even have like any decorations in your house. Like, everything would just be like like simplistic.
But being reborn with memories into a baby of the opposite sex, that could be...
That'd be weird,
You would be so smart.
Well, you would... But
up until like the age of 13, or even the age of 10...
Actually, yeah.
You would be famous as fuck.
I like that. And not only that, like, like you said, like, by the time you actually did reach the age, you'd be doubled in your... Hopefully. Well, definitely. And, like, school would be a breeze.
Yeah, everything would be a joke. I could get up to almost having graduated college by doing no work.
But you would have to be... You would have to be smart about that one, because if you were reborn with the same... So you'd obviously have... If the but memories, does that mean mental capacity still?
Yeah, I remember how to talk.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But you don't remember... You don't remember, like, I don't know.
I assume you...
Actually, but no, you could, like, okay, what I was going with the tangent of you'd have to be smart about it. Like, if you were doing that, assuming that you would remember how to do everything in school, or just about remember how to do it all, you would have to make sure that in your spare time, instead of just goofing off doing nothing, that you were maybe, like, doing an online college.
That's true.
Or something like that. You know what I mean? So that you were still furthering your education. Because if not, you would just spend 22 years just to get to exactly where you at.
But you would definitely have at
vagina.
least. You had at least a year of fame.
And
when you're like
and you did
9 years old, and I'm like citing off like periodic table shit. Although that's like we would definitely be on Ellen.
You would 175% too have lesbian sex
with Ellen.
Oh my God! You could have it with Ellen and that chick from Arrested Development that Ellen's married to.
Is she? Is that who she's married to?
Or dating? I guess married.
I didn't know she was married to anyone. I didn't know who she was. I would definitely date Ellen. I'd do Ellen.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't do Ellen.
I have zero attraction to Ellen. Like zero. Like to
Not
me,
even from the comedy.
No, man. Like Ellen. Okay, Ellen and Lance Bass. Ellen and Lance. No, is it Lance Bass, the gay guy from NSYNC? Yeah. They're the same person, man. They look the same. They're the same person, man. Look it up. Google it. I better guarantee if I Google that right now, I'm gonna get a picture and it's gonna be like they're the same person.
No, but you wouldn't do Ellen.
She's
just
annoying.
To say you did Ellen.
Like I don't even find her funny.
You don't like Ellen?
I find her fucking annoying. I watch the show with Mom all the time, but.
Oh my God.
Ellen DeGeneres. Lance Bass. Look. They like. Let's just see if they look alike. I gotta pee real badly. What do we do in that situation?
You hold it.
Alright.
You powerhouse.
Tell me that that's not like kind of similar, man.
Yeah.
Like they're both.
If you told me that one was the other one after a sex change, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Like, look, that's Ellen, man. You can't see what we're looking at, but like, they have blue eyes or but like.
I get it. I'm just
speaking of Lance,
said you wouldn't do Ellen.
Nah, man. Speaking of Lance Bass,
wow.
The only way I'd do Ellen is if I was a dude, because I'll be poking holes in that shit, getting her preggers.
That's not a bad plan.
I want Ellen money.
I would. Ellen is rolling in it. Alright, reborn with all your memories to a baby of the opposite sex. Yeah, these are fucking one-sided as hell. Would you rather...
Compulsively clean or hoard? Compulsively clean, man. I can't...
Compulsively clean?
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, hoard the shit out. Depends on what level of hoard we're talking about. If my room gets so dirty...
You're on hoarders,
I'm being real honest. My room got so dirty once that there was a bug under my clothes, and that was fucking game over.
What do you mean? Like, what kind of bug? An earwig?
It's like these weird little, like, carpet bugs. It was real gross.
Like carpenters?
No, it was like this weird bug. And it creeped me. I was like, whoa! And I like ripped my whole room apart looking for bugs.
Weird. I wonder, are they like bed bugs or something?
No, they weren't bed bugs. No, they weren't bed bugs. I thought they were bed bugs, and I had a nice little panic attack. I was like, fuck! And I was like going through my bed, like being like pushing in to see if I could find bed bugs. But I don't have bed bugs.
You definitely YouTube what to do if you think you might have bed bugs, and that's why you started pushing it.
No, I just Googled bed bugs, and they were like, yeah, they come out of your bed, and you can, and like, no, definitely not bed bugs. For sure not bed bugs.
Alright, I'm sorry.
If we're talking
but I'm gonna piss myself. You need to figure out how to keep this thing going while I go to urinate. I'll be 2 seconds.
I'll keep talking. You should, guy. So, my logic was, if it's hoarding at the level where it gets, like, you get fucking bugs and mice and all this shit, then I'm out. I'm not into it, but I don't have the attention span to compulsively clean that long. Like, I read books. I do that, but I can't even do it for like more than like a half an hour at a time because my attention span won't let me. So if I had to compulsively clean it all the time, like talking like, fucking scrubbing down couches, cleaning the walls and shit, I don't think I'd have the attention span to do that. So I'm going to say compulsively clean. Yeah. No. Yeah, I'd rather compulsively clean over bugs in my house though. Yeah, I'd still rather do that. And that was 17 to 83. So I guess we'll just wait here. Would you rather be in jail for 60 years or die?
Depends. Am I in like a gangster ass jail? Like am I in a jail?
If you're
what's the crime?
Murder. It's got to be 60 years. I'm not talking rape or pedophile shit. No, I'd rather die. Because that's like my biggest fear in the entire world actually. Is like for some reason or somehow doing something like that. Because you're the scum of the earth.
Well, man, and like they do dark shit
to actually. Anybody, you're the scum of the earth.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I read a book. Yeah, believe it or not, and it was called Marching Powder. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a decent book. Anyway, it was about like how there's like crazy prisons and stuff like over in like South America and stuff where like people live and die in this prison. Like like they're like little communities and stuff, like they're set up
Yeah.
like that. Anyway, and they had this pit, and the pit was like if you were like a rapist or a child molester or something,
Yeah.
you get put in that pit, and until you got out of that pit, it was like anything, like they could do anything to you. And the guy in the book said he seen someone's brain like stomp so much that his brains were coming out and shit. Like
I mean,
like it doesn't matter if you're a criminal or a murderer or not. Like nobody has time for child molesters and
No.
rapists.
and let me clarify. I'm not afraid I'm gonna do it. Like I don't think I'm gonna do it. That's not what I mean. I mean, I'm afraid I'd get accused for doing something like that and not actually having done it.
Like that
That's
friggin'
what-
making a murder
Just
shit.
I didn't watch that yet.
I'm
Spoilers.
gonna be honest with you.
Just-
If I were you, I'd just read the spoilers because I watched the first 2 episodes with Sarah, and they're like 45-minute episodes. This is just my view on it, and like it was so dragged out to get to one little point, and it was just like this could have been an hour and a half documentary instead of like an entire season.
Yeah.
And I just got Sarah to tell me, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm filled in. I'm not gonna say anything in case
Yeah.
you're interested in it. But like I don't know, that's just my thing was like, oh okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I would hate to be accused of being like a pedophile or something fucked up like that, because there's no coming back from that.
No,
Even if
exactly.
they're like, oh, he didn't do it, your reputation, your job, your friends, your family all had a span where they didn't want to have anything to do with you.
Yeah, and you
And
were
I
on like
wouldn't
one of
wanna
those
have anything
fucking
to do
freaky
with
lists of
Yeah.
like sex offender in your
Would
area.
rather, yeah, that's a no-go, but we're going to say murder. Because murder's like,
Okay.
you know,
I'm still going with die. Like I'm not depressed or
Really?
anything, but I'd be okay with dying right now. I'm not afraid of death.
I'd rather be in jail. Yeah, I'd rather be in jail for 60 years.
I'd rather go with die.
Oh, really? Let's see.
Yeah, cause like you'd go insane, man. Like all you have is your mind there.
That's true. Mine can be a scared place.
Yeah, I'd definitely go with die. Like I'm not afraid of
Oh,
dying. Yeah.
Dying is definitely at the higher. 60 years is a long time. Would you rather have all your fingernails and toenails removed quickly, or deep paper cuts on the webbing between each finger and toe slowly?
Boom. Deep paper cuts on webbing. I'd go with that one. Webbing between each finger and toe slowly.
Really?
And the only reason why is because if you have, I don't know if you ever even cut your nails too short, but every time there's pressure on them, it hurts like a bitch.
It's true.
And like
You would
nails
have to
take
have
a
them
while to
wrapped.
grow back.
I have to have them wrapped.
And my thing with this is you get a paper cut and like there's a bunch of like
but it's slowly.
life hacks of how to heal it and stuff. So it'd be so easy to heal.
But it's the doing. Someone sit there and going,
I bet you'd be kind of riveting and be like, yes, I can take on the world. Like I feel like I'd be hyped after that.
what the fuck? It's fucked up.
I don't know. That's just me.
Alright.
Because I think the fingernails and toenails would just be like way too long term. Because Colin, you
If
gotta
we're-
get in the shower, man. Hot water.
If
like,
we're
any
saying
heat touches
if we're
it,
saying quickly, as in boom, it's gone.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have clapped. It's gonna fuck up my audio.
whatever.
Anyway, if it's like boom, they're gone. I take that one. But if I still have to, someone has to actually pull them all off. Like if John Mark has to sit there and be like rip, 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 I'd go with the paper cuts.
I'm going with the paper cuts. No
let's
matter
do
what.
let's do one more.
Ooh, that one was close.
Yeah, that one was like
56-44.
56-44. Would you rather be a nerd or be a jock? I'm
Be a
already a
jock.
nerd. We're very different people.
That's
Like,
what I guess.
the only thing we have in common is that we both like girls, and that's how we met.
Hold up, 1 second. My girlfriend just texted me.
Hold up.
Rhett and Link. Link just cut his hair.
What?
Link. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Rhett and Link. I don't know. They're
There's
like
no way they watch our podcast and haven't heard of Good
Yeah,
People
okay.
Morning. Shout outs to Rhett and Link.
Rhett and Link are like the top YouTubers in my eyes. Like they're top tier of YouTubers. Like if you want to do anything with YouTube, you aspire to be like Rhett and Link.
Their just content is so good.
And like it's always funny. Anyway,
Tell her to.
they've
fucking,
had the same haircuts since I've known
Tell her to
their
fucking
existence.
picture that shit to us, and we'll fucking show the people. Just let you guys
Send
know.
a pic.
No matter what you're listening this on, this is on iTunes, SoundCloud, and we have a YouTube channel. So
YouTube.
if you guys want to check those out, you're more than welcome. We haven't actually made the YouTube channel yet, so I can't tell you what the link is or anything. But if you want to hit us up on Twitter, Fuel Up Podcast is our Twitter handle. If you guys want to send us some questions or shit, and we'll I can almost guarantee if you tweeted us, we'll get at it by next Thursday and definitely get back to you, because chances are you're like the only one listening to this. So if you want to do that and give this a like or share, that would be awesome.
Yeah, shouts out to you for being one of the first to listen.
Yeah,
to this shit.
shouts out to you.
Yeah.
Shouts out to you. I'd rather be a nerd because I am a nerd, and I don't know.
That, yeah.
I like doing it. It's pretty chill. Not that I don't play sports. I did the whole sports thing as well. I just like chilling at home, playing video games. Chilling at home, playing video games, and like getting laid is like the trifecta of life.
I think I'd rather be a jock just because I'm more interested in, I still play basketball amateurly. I was never like amazing at basketball or anything, but like it would be sweet to be good at a bunch of sports and like continue, because usually you keep that stuff up, and like I'm not as interested in video games and stuff as you are.
I feel like this is gonna be split like 50-50. Oh damn, be a nerd.
Well, and I'd say also, just to be fair, I would say a nerd is more likely to be at this.
Yeah, on this demographic.
And it's kind of crazy too. I gotta speak on that. Being a nerd now isn't a lame thing.
Nah, it's cool.
Like my dad, when he was a nerd, he was like a nerd. Like, you're a nerd. Like, shut up. Yeah. But now it's not like that.
No.
Like, nerd is a different term. It's evolved a lot.
But I think there's two types of nerds. There's the I'm a nerd. I watch anime. I read comic books. I'm into the Marvel superhero movies. That's like I'm kind of cool nerd. You're like kind of a hipster.
Yeah.
But there's also I sit at home. I'm 50 pounds overweight, playing Pokemon by myself.
Yeah.
That nerd still gets bullied.
Everyone gets bullied, though.
That's a good point.
I'm going to be straight up. On this bullying thing, you might call me very insensitive, but I think everyone bullies and everyone gets bullied at some point in your life. Even if you're a kid that gets bullied all the time, I'm guaranteeing you went home and you played Xbox and called someone the N-word, or called someone a piece of shit, or told someone on Xbox that you banged their mom. Like, you said something that was offsides in your life to somebody. That's why, and I think a lot, I'm going way off here now, but I think that we're living in a world now that everybody's becoming marshmallows. Like, I know kids' sports now sometimes, some leagues are like, oh, everybody gets a trophy. I think that is stupid, and I think that's going to make kids be sore losers, because the real world isn't like that. And I think all this, like, anti-bullying thing, like, it's good, it's all right, but bullying's never going to go away.
No, I agree, and I think it's stupid to try and shelter. It's like parents who shelter their kids when they're young. There's zero advantage. You gotta let your kid go out, jump off some goddamn roofs,
make
and hurt
mistakes,
themselves.
break legs,
make mistakes, and learn from your mistakes.
Have bikes run over them.
Hey, it happened once, alright? I got ran over by my own bike once.
Holy crap, his hair is really weird, and he didn't go original.
Holy shit, I thought that was me.
That's not even. It actually does kind of look like Colin.
Oh,
that's not even like cool hair.
Show the camera.
Oh, it's cool hair.
Show the camera if you guys can see that. Shouts out.
But it's.
If you don't see it, just check it out.
I think
check out YouTube. We'll have it linked on our Twitter for sure. So if you want to go on a nice little internet journey to find our YouTube page, go for it. If not, maybe search up Fueled Up Podcast. I highly doubt that someone has that if they didn't have the podcast name or the Twitter name. So yeah, maybe check that out. Maybe. We're gonna do one more. Would you rather? I don't like that one.
I don't know how I feel about that haircut. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
An unknown superhero or a famous villain? I think I want to be an unknown superhero because I'd still feel good about like helping people, and you'd still probably have a superpower.
That's true. Depends on what type of villain you are. Like, okay, hear me out. If you're like the type of villain, okay.
You're Donald Sterling.
Who's that?
The guy, the Clippers old head coach that hates black people.
No.
That's racist.
Talk about villain. We're definitely.
Oh, we're talking about comic book villains.
Comic book villains. If you're like a cool villain who like doesn't go murdering people for no reason, and you have your own agenda.
So are you saying like
you're doing
Despicable Me villain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you're evil, but you're not murdering people. You're just like you're kind of like Robin Hood.
Wait. I got a question.
Robin Hood's kind of a villain.
Can you be a famous villain like Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb? Like, can I be a famous villain that has this big old building that says Doofenshmirtz, but none of my plans ever fall through? Like, they all fall through. Like, I never get, like, I want to take over the world, but it never happens. Like, can I be that kind of supervillain?
Yeah, I don't see why
like,
not.
A failure, but he's still, like,
or like, no, who I want to be. I want to be, oh my god, if I get this wrong, Dr. Horrible from Dr. Horrible Sing On Blog. That was fucking.
I've seen that. That's
Neil
what's
Patrick
his name? Yeah,
Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, I mean.
That was like one of the first things I ever watched on Netflix. Side note, anyway, keep going.
If that's the type villain we're talking about, like I wouldn't be able to murder someone or hurt anybody. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Like I wouldn't be able to be like a twisted one.
No, but if we're talking about just like being maniacal and shit, I'd go with the famous villain. But if you're famous and you're a villain, aren't you automatically going to jail?
But it depends. Are you doing illegal shit, or like do you never fall through? And like the thing with the superhero too, I'm an unknown superhero, so I'm assuming I'm like Superman in the way that nobody knows. Like I'm just always Clark Kent, but I have the power.
Yeah, sure. I guess your super villain persona is super famous, but no one knows who you are.
But okay, wait. Another question. This is I don't know if I'm way overthinking it, but unknown superhero. Let's say that my superpower is super strong. Could I hypothetically maybe become a powerlifter and become a famous powerlifter? But
nah, you're still
fight crime by day and no one would know that I was fighting crime? Because I'm not a famous superhero, I'm a famous powerlifter.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that you're not known. You're just as known as me and you are now.
So I'm really strong, but I'm not letting anyone know. I'm
You don't want to risk it.
Okay.
You don't want to risk it.
Because I don't want to be okay, so it's the whole scenario where it's I don't want to be put up in a lab.
The most you get to do is you get to maybe save a life or two on the DL, and they thank you, but they don't know who you are. And whenever they tell people, no one believes them.
Yeah, okay. So you're kind of do you remember that the bionic cockroach show?
Oh, Tick or something like that?
No, not Tick. It was in a cockroach world. They're all bugs, and Buddy always wanted money, but then the other guy was just this random average dude that. Anyway, this is ridiculous. I bet you nobody knows what I'm talking about, so keep going.
If we get really popular, when we get really popular, and you guys are coming, man, I want more Fueled Up. Check out this podcast and tweet at them what that is.
Okay, are we done that question? Because I got another thing to bring up.
I think I'm going with, to end off the Would You Rathers, I think I'm going to go with Unknown Superhero, man. Knowing you saved a life.
Unknown Superhero.
Knowing you saved a life's got to be the best thing ever. And if you got superpowers at all, and you really want to get laid, you show that one girl who you're kind of into, and she's kind of into you, but she's on the fence. Bam, I can fly.
Yeah, you got a magic carpet ride. Shouts out Aladdin.
Nice.
Yeah.
The internet's a half decent people. All right.
Okay, this is my other. This is just Facebook. A friend of ours put up a picture with a bunch of girls. Being gay, obviously, I'm envious of a gay dude just because they always have a bunch of honeys around them all the time.
That's true.
That's awesome, but then it's also kind of as I was saying that, I was thinking, he doesn't see them as these are hot people.
He doesn't care.
Look at those things.
That's true.
Anyway, shouts out to gay guys.
I think that's where we're going to end it off.
Yeah, okay.
That sounds good.
I'm cool with that.
Check out, come back here next Thursday and get fueled up again. Thanks, guys.